On Tuesday, we had reports that the Senate passed the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation Act number 33 of 2023, a bill that is aimed at strengthening the NDIC's ability to protect depositors, stabilize financial institutions, and build public trust in the banking sector. The bill, sponsored by Senator Adetokunbo Abiru, APC Lagos East, and the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance, and Other Financial Institutions, seek to align the NDIC's operations and international best practices. Key highlights of the bill are, first off, enhanced independence and autonomy. The new legislation secures NDIC's independence, enabling it to perform its duties more effectively. And then down to the appointment powers shift, while the President retains the authority to appoint the NDIC chairman and board members, the Central Bank of Nigeria will shift its role from recommending appointments to primarily supervising the NDIC. And then down to the focus on banking examinations. Under the amended bill, the NDIC will focus on bank examinations to ensure stability in the financial sector. They also talked about interim management committee, the new provision which requires the financial minister to establish an interim management committee for NDIC within 30 days of the board's term expires or ends. Updated board chairmanship down to the sixth one now, which is Senator Abiru. Okay, this is talking about protecting depositors when we look at banking now. Senator Abiru emphasized that the amendment reflects the evolving financial sector's demands and addresses ongoing concerns over NDIC structure, which stakeholders have raised. Over 30 written memoranda and numerous oral submissions supported the bill during hearings, demonstrating widespread consensus on the need for reform. And this legislative development is intended to reinforce the NDIC's mission to protect depositors, stabilize the financial system, and foster confidence within Nigeria's banking sector. This last part that talks about confidence within Nigeria's banking sector, you'd agree with me that a lot of people at the moment, or should I just say some people, no longer take their monies to the bank. Some people do not have bank accounts. Before, it was strange to hear that someone doesn't have a bank account. But now, people want to just keep their monies at home. And then when you are dealing with certain banks, the issues that come up are numerous. Down to, I almost said multiple taxation, down to multiple deductions from your account, which you cannot even understand. Some people have argued about ATM maintenance, card maintenance. Why are you maintaining my card that is with me? And why Nigerians say that is because they don't understand what that clause even means. So trust in the banking system, confidence in the banking system is something that some people have lost. But with all of these reforms that have been discussed, how do you see it changing the system? What changes do you see it introducing as regards banking in Nigeria, Kenneth?
Well, we're going to accept this, given that since the bill has made it that the president appoints the chairman and the members of the NDIC, so they can protect the science banking. When we are saying all these things, a program came to mind where the pigeon balance, to give key banana be the problem, and able to give monetary copy so that they collect them back. What it means is that that problem is not to deposit money to the bank, but to go and withdraw it. It is when people will take bringing their money to the bank, they even put it when you go to the bank. But what is worse than the problem is when you go to collection, you stand on the queue of the queue. Sometimes you have network problems and all that. When you actually collect the money, they will not give you no naira extra, 10 naira if you want to collect 1 million. So we believe that since the Senate has gotten the right to pass this bill, and the president is now on it directly, I believe we expect some changes. Let's see these reforms immediately. because it's not easy masses this time. Some people go out there, make the hard money, bring to the bank and deposit it. To collect the money becomes a problem. We are now, even when it comes to the ATM, having your cards and all that to have transaction. Sometimes they have network problems. Because I think you are supposed to get clarity if the network issue is being treated properly. You have an economy that we can try for cashless society. You just go with your ATM card, you do transactions online with your phone, all that. But I think there are some transactions you don't do with your phone. You must be back when it comes to money. So this boils down to the banking systems. Means they should employ more staff when it comes to banking. Sometimes one person do the job of 3 persons, and you'll be wondering why would there be queue? Why would you have them don't have enough money to pay for their staff? So this report should look into these things also. Let there be more staff employed. Let people be paid. We are talking about no job, but we have opportunities and chances for people to be employed. Go to the banking system, you see very few people the job of people. Why they employ more hands so that they can serve the people? If really we are here as leaders to serve the people, let it be shown in the politics that it comes to bring out. Thank you.
There is no lie in some of the things that you have mentioned. It's reality. Sometimes you go to the bank and you see just 2 people or 3 people attending to, in a day, if you count the number of people that they get to attend to, those 3 people seated behind the counter, they can attend to over 400 people in a day. And then these people are meant to wait for hours. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I have an issue with my account and it requires me going to the bank, my heart will just start beating fast. I'll be like, God, not again. It means I'm just going to prepare to spend the whole of my day in the bank. And this is the issue some people have. But there's another thing I want us to point out, Kenneth, when we talk about the banking system. Now, there are some things that are explained, especially when you're trying to open an account. Some explanations are being done, some details that you need to know about the banking system and your account will be provided. But there's an issue with some Nigerians not reading, Kenneth. So they give you go to open an account, you're given this slip or whatever, the form, yes, and then you just, put your name here, you just write your name there, sign here, you sign here, and you don't read the provisions of that form. And that's why you hear people asking questions like, why will I have my card with me and then the bank is charging me for maintenance? Who is maintaining the card, me or the bank? So how do we solve the problem of communication between the bank and their customers, especially in times where these details are provided but they are not read by the customers?
The truth of the matter is that we trust them, but they don't trust us. Yes, that is just the simple thing. We trust them with our money, we trust them with our information, we trust them with our details, we trust them with our data, everything that has to do with us, we trust them. When it comes to them, is a
But why do you say they don't trust you? Why do you say they don't trust their customers? Why do you say they don't trust their customers?
They don't trust. Imagine you going to the bank, you are not able to sign your signature, and they know you, the person. They can see you. They can see the picture of in their system. They will insist and you sign your signature.
People look alike. People look alike, Kenneth. Don't you know? We have identical twins. People look alike.
If I look alike, I will have to tell you that I have a twin somewhere. No, let's face the reality. There should be a provision.
Yeah.
So it's identity problem. It's an identity problem. But this one is lack of trust. Yeah, you have to identify that you are the one. But they will still insist.
Kenneth, it is still the customers that will complain if they are if their monies are taken by someone else, right? It's still a customer that will complain. So people will still ask questions like, oh, why do we have fingerprints? No two people have the same fingerprint. Why didn't they use fingerprints? And now they are going through this procedure, and the customers are feeling like they're not being trusted.
To me, what is banned?
Yes.
Us with all these stringent measures, just to ensure accountability and to make sure our money is safe, is that they don't have 100% confidence of their customers. That is true. But you believe that some persons that they don't pass through that rigors when they want to get the money. It just the average Nigerian, maybe that has probably a few hundreds of naira there, and the person is made to pass through those measures because they want to make sure that they adhere to their codes of conduct. You know, but they should be even next of kin. Next of kin is not a problem. Your father will be in the hospital. You will show them the old evidence. They will still ask you to go and bring the man to come and sign his signature or her signature. This is something we need to look into. Please, there are some pensioners that they cannot work. They are bedridden. If they send next of kin to go to the bank, they will go and ask the person to go and bring the man. They should go and bring the man there to come to the bank and get the money from them. These are the things we see daily. Is it that people are not talking about it? You know, but when it involves money, everybody will be careful. Only when you get your money, you can shout at them. But since you have your money, you don't have to, conduct yourself very well.
Not for so that's not for some Nigerians. Some people will bring down the roof of that bank. Yes, but go on.
They will not go back next day. They will not hold their money. They will rather be and lose that puts in. And some of these bankers, these managers become rich from people's money that are yet. Sometimes I believe they do these things intentionally to frustrate you the next day, so you don't know. I know some persons that bought with their banks 10 years, 8 years, 15 years, 20 years along the line. When the person dies, there goes there, you face a lot of frustrations on him practice. You make it to hell with the money, but you take it, even 12, cost myself, you know, these are the you should very unique when you do these things. I believe there are some still good measures that we can maintain to allow this relationship of trust to happen. You know, yes, they want to protect your money, they can do that, but there are other measures that are very soft that they can use to ensure that we have a good customer service relationship. Thank you.
All right, the customer service relationship, the customer and the bank and the customer relationship really needs to be looked into. There are times when we've seen people go to the bank and then they're trying to bring down the gates. Why? They say they're not letting us take our monies. That means the communication, there's a problem with the communication. You're not telling them why they can't take their monies. You're not giving them any vital information. You're frustrating them. They're just outside the bank screaming and, you know, shaking the gate, and they just lock them outside. This communication, a lot of times, there's a problem with it. So I believe if the banks are able to communicate better and give reasons for some of these actions, because at the end of the day, these monies really belong to these people. Another issue I want to mention before we move to the next story is these people behind the counter in these banks. I don't know if it's a thing with them. I don't know if you have experienced it, Kenneth. Do they usually have it in their trainings that they should be rude to customers? Like any state you go to, it's not peculiar to any particular state. You go to another state, you go into there's this thing with some of them, not all of them anyway, but there's this thing with some of them feeling like they're about to help your life and destiny, so they can talk to you anyhow. How do you think this particular one, this is a big problem. How do you think this can be addressed?
It is really a problem. Those people, looks of their face is really unapproachable. Even when you want to talk to them, you
yes, you have to beg. Please, I beg.
You know, so why I believe like this is because they get easily irritated. Because maybe the workload, yes, the workload is too much on them. That is why I said the first time that you see one person doing a job of 7 persons a day. If that person could be people, talk to the person starts shouting. And you know that the bank is a very poor place. You want to follow up yourself that your not on social media because the camera are everywhere. But you have got lots of people dancing naked in the bank just because they want to take the money.
True.
So
we've seen videos.
Shouting on top of their voice that the money has come down. So these people need to. The solution to this thing is that they should employ more hands, give them a lot of breaks. Some people even work on Saturdays and Sundays. The banking system is just so strict for the users and for the workers. So I think they should get more hands and also increase their salary to give them more break because it's somebody that is alive that can serve the people.
True.
Thank you very much.